Welcome to Ian O'Clock, episode number 1.
So what are you doing today?
Today we are going to make this rather lovely craft room plaque. It's all MDF, and in the pack you get 2 of the prints as well to go with it. Right, let's get cracking. So this is the kit. It's the first for a very long time. Please bear with me today. It's been a while.
It has been a while. It has been definitely a while.
But I want to share with you today my craft room plaque 3D kit.
Yes.
Which we talked about a minute ago. So I'll just open up the pack.
Yeah, because it is reflective rather, isn't it?
It is a little, isn't it? Oh yeah.
Let me get rid of that today. Am I playing muck monitor today?
You can do, yeah. Go on.
I just suppose there isn't going to be much muck.
There isn't, no. I'm doing it, so it's not mucky. Okay, so you get 2 sheets.
Rather large.
They measure just under 7.5 inches, which is 190 millimeters, and 290 millimeters by 11, and just a shot of 11.5 inches. So they are quite large.
Yeah.
So on there you have your front piece of the plaque, and that's your backing board for the plaque. I'll run through it and we'll push it all through. You'll see that there are button backs and button fronts, so you actually get a 3-dimensional button on it.
Nice.
Okay. You've got cotton reels and thread.
Oh yes, I get it now.
So your little sewing machine there. You've got some safety pins. You've also got 2 pairs of scissors, 1 large pair there and 1 pair there. You don't have to use everything on it. What I'm going to make today, I'm going to use 3/4 of it, but don't have to, keep some back.
Yeah.
And then there's the pin cushion, 2-layer pin cushion.
I love that pin cushion. It's pretty cute.
It is. Plus in the pack you also get 2 prints. So you get, excuse a little bit of brown there, that came off the, I got it out the laser cutter too quickly. Yeah. You get the Welcome to My Art Studio print, which is really cool.
Nice.
And you also get the Craft Room is My Happy Place print.
Like that one.
And the idea of those is they go behind the window there. That's your window.
Okay. Which will all become clear.
All become clear in a minute.
Obviously you don't have to use those if you don't want to.
If you want to put, you could put a picture of a loved one in it if you want.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we'll start by taking out the sheet.
We're popping out.
We're popping out. Easy to get out. 3mm Medite.
So have you any tips for popping out?
Yes, don't rush. Don't rush. It's not. You're not in a hurry.
No. Can I give my tip?
Some people like to push out from the back.
They do.
Front.
Can I give my tip?
Yes, love.
Hold it up to the light first. Hold it up to a window.
You
can see where the tabs are.
Oh, I see what you mean.
And then all you have to do is just put pressure on where those tabs are, and then just pop them out.
There we are.
I always say it's always best if you just hold it up to the window first, so you can see, or a light source, so you can see where the tabs are, rather than you pushing them somewhere
that might break.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they come out really, really easily. Just be careful on the scissors. That's all I ask you.
Well, you've tried to put the tabs in places where to minimise.
Yeah, they're just on the loops on the handles.
Yeah, on the strongest points.
Yeah,
if you like, rather than the weakest point. They are very dinky.
Dinky. So
shall we fast forward popping out the rest of the bits then?
Yeah, I think so.
Use your nail. What I do is that look.
Okay. Oh yeah.
If you put your nail on the point, it's easier.
Yeah. I might push those up. No. This one you've got to be really careful of. The catch point on there.
Yeah, you can always use That's it. Do you want a pokey tail or a pair of tweezers just so you can put pressure on it?
It'll be all right.
Are you going to stick together with glossy accents?
Yeah. And we'll come back into the room now. Okay, so
And that's the last bit.
the last bit. That'll make a dinky little stencil, wouldn't it? So as you see, they all pop out really easily. As I say, don't rush. There's no point rushing. So I'll just whip off some of the edges.
Yeah, I mean you could file them as you're gluing them down. You don't have to sit and go through every
Oh
single
no,
one, do you?
no, not at all.
So are you going to go through and do
No, I
every
think
single
what
one?
no, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down what I need, and there's no point sanding stuff I don't need at the moment.
That's it. So you can decide what you're going to put down.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So let's have a look. So we're going to make some large buttons up. So I'm going to use 2 of those, I think. Just sand, just lightly. To be honest, you don't have to. It's not that. They're only little nubbins.
Yeah, I mean that's just a bog standard emery board that I got from the local chemist's pharmacy.
Okay. Where did you get it? Oh.
Yeah, Home Bargains.
Oh yeah.
I bought a pack from Home Bargains. I've got some big ones and some small ones.
Oh yeah.
Small ones.
Oh, they're dinky, aren't they? Absolutely.
Pack of 10 for like 99p or something.
So we have 2 more. See how they come alive? Flat. They're just flat buttons, flat circles.
But 3D.
But they become 3D. I think they're really lovely.
Yeah.
I have to say it was Mike's idea to do them 3D. When I was designing the kit, he went, "Why didn't you make them 3D?" And I went, "Oh, that's a good idea." There we go.
Just throwing my little ideas.
Absolutely. So yes, I just thought I'd like to do something a little bit different to start with. I've got lots of project ideas, haven't I?
Yes, you're already working on project number 2, aren't you?
I am. Which is
Very impressive.
yeah. The illustrations are nice that go with it as well. Yeah. 4 of those. Make sure they're the right size. Yes, they are. Nothing worse than sanding them and realising you sanded the wrong size.
So, are you going to go around all of the bits? Or are you just picking out the ones that you want to use at the moment?
I'm picking out the ones that you want to use at the moment, so I'm going to use 4
So
of
while
these.
you're doing this process then, shall we just go on fast forward again?
Yeah.
Because obviously, watching you sand little nubbins off
It's not exactly...
It's not interesting telly.
Not riveting, is it?
Not really.
Okay.
So let's go on to fast forward while you're sanding then.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Lovely. So just a little point. If you're worried about sanding MDF, don't be. This is Medite
It is.
MDF, which means it's the lowest formaldehyde content there is. It's made from recycled sawdust from Irish sawmills. At least 60% of it is all recycled. But it's the lowest, it's the safest.
Oh yeah.
It's the most environmentally friendly MDF that
you
can get. Carb 2 compliant, if you're interested.
Okay, so I'm not going to use the sewing machine or the pin cushion or the safety pins.
Yeah, there's more elements that you got than you actually need. You're going to use one of the signs though, aren't you? Your printed sign.
Oh yes, yes.
But if you didn't want to use one of the printed signs, you could put like the sewing machine in the middle.
Absolutely. Okay, so we'll start by gluing this onto the base to start with. It's exactly the same both ways.
There's no upside down.
My word of the year is palindromic.
Oh, lovely.
I'm using glossy accents, which is my favourite. You can use grab and glow.
Is it glow in the dark?
Yeah, grab and go, or you can use
wood glue
or PVA.
Just before you do that, sweetheart, you've got a little bit of a thing just in there.
I have.
There.
That didn't come out when I emptied the...
There you go.
Thank you very much.
It out. I just noticed it then.
Yeah, it's all right. Perfect. Perfectement. Right,
Oh, that's your actual French, that is.
Actual French, that. There we go. You don't need a lot because it's going to be stuck onto another piece. If it was overhanging the edge, I would say put plenty on.
Yes.
But it's not. So I like the gloss accents because I've got a little bit of wiggle room as well.
Yeah, don't worry about any overspill because
we are going to paint it white.
It.
We are. Okay, so that's number one. Oops, there's it. If you're worried about it, just use a paintbrush, go around with a bit of water, get rid of the bits of glue, and then just wash your brush afterwards, because if you don't, it will set.
But like we said, you're painting it anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. Yeah. Or you're painting yours, so it's going to be hidden.
I'm painting mine, yeah. Okay, so that's the base.
Looks nice.
Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll just lay that on top. It just gives us an idea of where we can put all our elements. That's the one. Okay, so I'm going to glue on to start with. I know it's rather thick cotton, but it gives the impression.
Yeah. It's symbolic, isn't it?
Yes. Or a very small palette.
Or a very small picket fence.
Yes. There we go. Over the weekend, I've been in Whitby, as you will find out later in the week. And we were watching the local news. Well, the local news have the weatherman who stands on a platform and the camera looks out of a window. The man looked like a borrower.
Was he tiny?
He looked to be about 5 inches high. It was so funny. I started laughing and everybody said, "What are you laughing at?" I said, "He looks like a borrower." Oh, he does, doesn't he? Look, he was stood on the window and the raindrops were the size of his head.
Like a hobbit.
Like a hobbit, yes.
What's the other name for them? Not hobbits, borrowers. Brownies. A brownie. There you go.
There we go. So that's those. Then what we'll do...
If it was Irish, it'd be a leprechaun.
It would be a leprechaun. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I just want 2 of those, don't I? Yeah. The idea I've got in my head.
Big buttons.
Big buttons. But I mean, as Mike said, you don't have to use them all. Use them on other projects. There's plenty in the sheet to keep you going, isn't there?
There is.
There we go. What puts me off when I'm doing this, I look at it and I think, oh, there's all those bits, but it's not. Because once you paint them, it unifies everything.
It does. It's a really good word, that unification.
It is. There we are.
So once you add your base colour, it unifies everything together.
It's like when you do a mixed media canvas and you put on bits of old resin bits.
Yeah.
It can be any colour and you think,
bits of metal and
you think, oh, that looks awful.
Bits of plastic. And I've used Lego pieces in some of my canvases in the past. And they've all been different colours.
But when you paint them all white, it doesn't make any difference.
No, or black.
Yeah, or black.
Or any base colour.
Yeah. Well, I was going to paint this black and then I thought, no, I want to paint it white because I want it to be quite pastel-y.
Right, okay.
With the way I'm going to do it.
We're not using any metallics on this.
We're not using metallics on this. No, we're not.
Oh, well, there you
it's pastel. I mean, when you see what I'm doing, you can actually paint it whatever colour you want.
Well, yeah.
If you wanted, while you were putting it together, you could paint all the bits either separately white, or if you want to go for a multicoloured effect, paint your buttons in pastel colours.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's entirely up to yourselves.
Yeah, you could do it all together or do them as individuals and then stick them on.
Yeah, but you could do individual colours, couldn't you, of each?
Well, you could, yeah. Different coloured buttons and different coloured cottons and
we'll do 4 of these.
bobbin reels.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a spare one there. Put that over with the others. It's not a spare one, you fool. There we go. There we are. Nearly there.
So that banging noise was me slamming my coffee cup down because it's empty.
Oh dear.
Slamming it down in disgust.
That's never good.
And it's cold.
I would ask staff to bring them up. We haven't got any though.
No. Both the fair boys have both gone back to bed.
And they're not very good at making tea anyway.
No. Because they haven't got any disposable thumbs.
No, they haven't got disposable thumbs. You're quite right, Mike. And they're not allowed to handle kettle because it's burny. They're only little.
That's true.
There we go. When I came back from Whitby, Nipper was so pleased to see me.
He was. His little tail was going 10 to the dozen, wasn't
And
it?
he actually came out to greet me at the couch as unusual because he doesn't like the
And then what did he do?
got in his bed and went to sleep.
No, he gave you a kiss.
Oh, he gave me a kiss, sorry. Yeah, I didn't put enough glue on there. There we are. Yeah, I got a big kiss from him, which was lovely.
Which showed he'd obviously missed you.
Absolutely. Of course, we don't need to put any glue on those as yet. So, let's audition our pieces to start with. I believe that's what it's called, Mike, is it?
Yeah, well, that's what I like to call it.
So, what we'll do, we'll have a look. So, we'll put, just fancy that there. Just the diagonals. I don't want to put them left, top, bottom. It looks a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for?
Plonked.
Plonked. Yeah, it's a good word. So we'll put one there. And if we're going to balance that, we'll put one maybe
Yeah.
there, and a big one in the middle. Move that round a little.
Audition your pieces. I love that. I love that phrase.
But if you stick them on, it's a little bit too, you've committed, haven't you?
Yeah, that's true. But it's the same sometimes when you're doing an art journal page or something like that. You place your pieces down. If you're doing collage clusters or that kind of stuff, or layering stuff up, you just place them down first just to see where it best fits.
Just trying to echo the two areas without being just dead square. Then we have another pair of scissors, which I'll put that there, I think. No, don't put it there like that. Then we'll put, so it's like casually thrown on, one in the middle maybe there, like that. Got 2 more. I think I'll put one
on
there, and then there's a bit of room there.
Oh, that looks nice.
So that kind of, the prints you'll notice have got a thick gold frame around them. The idea is that when you're finished, if you had it right to the very edge, you'd not be able to see it.
Oh, right, I see what you mean.
So the print if actually starts about there.
So it is in the centre.
So it's in the centre.
Okay.
You should bear that in mind when you're doing your thing. Right, so I'll just stick these on. I mean, you can use anything you like. We're not sticking the ring down onto the base yet.
Oh, you're keeping the ring separate?
Yeah, it's going to be easier to paint, I think.
Oh, well, I suppose also it's going to be easy to get your print in if you don't stick the ring down.
Yeah, if you stick the ring down, you're never going to get your print in,
no,
are you?
No, you're not.
So
don't stick your ring down.
Okay, so there we are. This will dry completely transparent, so we haven't got to worry about anything. But I mean, as Mike said, we're going to paint it anyway. It's easier to put it on the ring than it is to put it on the item, because what's going to happen is I'm going to end up putting it on.
Yeah, I mean, you could use...
Oh, that's true, I could, couldn't I? Let me just get that bit of glue off there.
If you wanted to.
Yes. I'll put a little bit of glue up there. There we are. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's not the same as you've got it balanced. It doesn't really matter. If you fancy doing it a different way.
I was going to say, nobody's going to knock on your door. And don't forget, you've got different elements anyway. You might not want to put the scissors on. You might want to put the sewing machine on instead.
Yeah. Or you can put you could have put the the 2-layer pin cushion.
Yeah, or the pin cushion on.
2-layer pin cushion. Because I mean, you could use that in 2 different ones if you want, but that could have gone there instead.
Yeah.
There's so many extra bits. The safety pins, the sewing machine. You know, it could go in the middle.
Without the print.
Without the print, yeah. There we are. Put it on there.
Are you working your way around the ring?
Yes. I think it's easier because if you go from one thing to another, you don't know what you stuck down.
Until you pick it up.
Until you pick it up and all the bits fall off. You haven't stuck that down yet. That's stuck down now. There we are.
Did you do the scissors? Or was the bobbin the first one you?
The bobbin was the first one I did.
So you've still got the other scissors to do.
I have. But I'll stick that onto there first. And then we'll have a little bit of glue there. And
That looks nice. And you've just got that last button to stick on the other pair of scissors.
yep.
And then should we give it a couple of minutes
Let's just get
for
some
it
of the,
to grab?
get a bit of this glue off. Have we got anything? I can just get a little bit of glue off. I don't want to use a brush because it'll knack it because it's glossy. Sorry about that word. Because it's glossy.
Well, no, as long as you put it straight in the water, it is. I can say it is a little bit wet, so it'll just help to lift it a little bit. But you are painting it anyway.
Yeah, but you know how finicky I am. I like the word particular rather than finicky.
Faddy.
Faddy.
No, we use the word discerning rather than
We
faddy.
do. There's no such thing as faddy. It's just discerning. There we have put that in the water. There. So we've now got our outer ring with all our bits on it and our base.
All right. So should we leave it for 10 minutes or so for it to set, and then we'll come back?
Yeah, leave it for 10 minutes, then we can start and we'll talk about painting and the technique we're going to use.
Fabulous.
Right, so we're all dry. Let's move those out of the way. They're the bits we don't want. We don't want to get those ruined. I'll give them to my able assistant. Oh, Bentley's here.
Just put them on the shelf in front of the TV.
Okay, I'll put them over there, out of reach. There we are.
My incredibly tidy craft room.
Okay, so we are now. Yeah, only because we're moving.
Most of it's packed away.
There we are. You'll see. Put it on there, you'll be able to see. That's the
Lovely stuff.
detail of it. I think it's lovely because it's not just one depth flat. You've got, with having 3 layers on, some of it becomes a bit deeper. Okay, so I'm going to use some white gesso.
Give it a shake.
Shake it all over.
Shake it to wake it.
Ding, 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 ding. I brought my own brushes up. I don't need yours.
Huh?
There we go.
Work
Okay.
for that, isn't there?
Clever. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to paint it all. I don't want to go mad and put loads on because we're going to end up losing some of the detail. But just paint the centres. I want to get down into the bottom bits.
As they say here in Barnsley, into foils.
Into files, yeah. And then paint the edges. With it being MDF Medite, it will soak straight in.
Yeah.
So it will dry very, 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 very quickly.
Yeah, Medite is a porous wood, but it is designed to be used in bathrooms and stuff. So it is.
It's not going to go
It's
funny.
it's not gonna swell.
No, it's not.
So, and it is designed to be painted.
Oh yeah, it is. And just paint away.
It's a very versatile material, really.
When you think about it, it is, yeah.
Excuse the crinkling noises in the background. Nobody's eating a packet of crisps or anything.
No. It's Auntie Wendy's. Auntie Wendy's crackle duck, is it?
Yeah, Mr. Bentley's decided he's going to chew on it.
Because he knows just the right thing to do when we're filming. Oh yeah, just
Nipper's fast asleep. He's got his paws over his eyes.
Oh.
So he's like blocking the light.
Oh, poor little
So I've
thing.
just pulled a blanket up over his nose. So
Oh dear, so he's all
and as I did it, he went.
just to say thanks, Daddy. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, so all you need to do is just paint round all this lot. You're not going to watch me painting this lot, it will actually be boring.
Well, it is literally watching paint dry.
It is.
So what we're going to do, how many coats are you going to give it, Ian?
I would say give it 2 and then see if there's anything you've missed. I mean,
Yeah.
even with one coat, if you wanted, you could just get away with one.
Yeah.
But I want to get rid of all the darker edges, etc. So I'm going to give it 3 coats. So I'll see you in about 15 seconds. It's the fastest drying paint I've ever seen in my life.
In reality, it's probably going to be about 3/4 of an hour. But for you, it'll just be at a second or two.
It will. And as if by magic, you join me as I've just finished the 3rd coat. There we go.
Smash it. You got a flea in your ear or something, kid?
I'll let you into a secret. This is one I did earlier. You don't watch paint dry, do you? Okay, so everything's had 3 coats. Let's see, I painted it in white. You could paint it in black if you wanted. Thank you, Mike. I'll just use the heat gun just for a second, just to dry that little bit I put on. Right, okay. So now we have the completed frame. I've tried to make sure that I haven't missed any pieces. I'm bound to have missed something somewhere, but it's the way it is.
Because we've cut these out using a laser cutter, which means that there's going to be a little bit of scorching around the edges that you get on every laser cut thing. When you paint it, a little bit that brown will show through, but it looks like distress.
Just very.
It does look as though you've just given it a light coat in a distressing.
It does.
I think,
It does. I agree with you, Mike.
But obviously, when you add your paint and stuff, it disappears anyway.
Oh yeah. So that's how I'm going to have it, I think. And
that's your brush.
Thank you. I'll just show you the prints now. So we were talking about this earlier.
Oh,
you see, by doing that, if you line up the frame with the green frame on there,
it fits.
It fits.
Perfect.
Yes, it fits. Choose the head there. So that's one. And then there's the other one.
That's t'other
one. Yes. So you're not covering up the plaque. It appears in the middle.
That's really nice.
So it just helps to frame it all. I think it's beautiful. I'm really pleased, but I did do it, so a little bit obvious. So what I'm thinking, we'll talk about this now, Mike. So I was thinking I want to give it a really watercolor soft feel.
Yeah.
So the thing to do is to use the vivids with water or paint with water. Which do you?
Okay, so for me, there's 2 different ways that are going to give you a similar kind of effect.
Yeah.
All right. If you use the vivid inks, they are translucent.
Yes.
So they'll spread.
Yes.
Because they're very much like watercolors.
Yes.
And water reactive again.
Yes.
If you use acrylic paint, you can water those down and create a watery colour.
Pools with.
Yeah, but when it's dry, no longer water reactive.
So that's going to be better, isn't it, really?
Using acrylic paint.
Yeah.
I think probably using acrylic paint is probably going to be the better idea for permanent.
For this one today.
That's not to say you could use any kind of water-based paint on it, your inks or whatever.
Yeah.
And then spray it.
With a sealer varnish.
With a sealer varnish or a fixative afterwards.
Yeah.
That's entirely your personal preference.
Yeah. Okay, so colour-wise.
Well, it's your choice.
It is my choice. I'm thinking maybe of a goldy vintage colour for the outer frame, like a bit baroque, but not metallic.
Like a yellowy ochre.
A yellowy ochre. Should we have a quick look at the paint?
Well, I'll tell you what, let me pull down my Deco Art Americana paint. So that's the greens and the blues. Right, so bearing in mind the ones with the white lids are the very cheap
No, we'll stay away from
paints.
those. We'll stay away from those.
And not very good. Whereas the ones with the coloured dots on the lids are the Americana ones.
Right, my colour sense is a little bit off.
Well, there's the yellow ochre look in the Americana.
Yeah.
So true ochre.
Yes.
So that's like your golden colour.
Yeah.
There is there's 3 brown colours there. So you've got terracotta.
Yeah.
And then you've got honey brown. And then you've got dark chocolate.
Do you think the idea is to put a light wash on first, put some on first, spray it, dry it, see what it's like, and then decide if we want to put any darker on?
I personally wouldn't put the paint on first and then spray it.
You wouldn't.
No, I would put some on your mat, add water to it.
Yeah.
Then when it's a bit watery, add it to your,
And then
spray it if you want to afterwards.
Yeah.
If you put the paint directly onto the gesso,
It's going to stay where it is, isn't it?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You will be able to manoeuvre it with a wet wipe or whatever, but it's better if it's a bit more...
liquid.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll put...
Fluid is the
fluid.
word.
So,
fluid.
Okay, so we'll put some of the... Shake to wake. We'll put some of the...
That's Bentley just running downstairs. I think he might need to go for a wee-wee.
Okay.
So I may have to disappear in a moment.
Okay, well, let's get this mix first. So, just on the...
Right, so...
Okay.
For me...
Is that too much?
I would... Yeah, that's way too much.
I am so sorry.
It's all right. It's your project. It's up to you.
It's here.
Look, you're back again. You've run downstairs and then come back up again.
So, we take it and we dob it in, don't we? And then we spray.
Just paint a little bit on the mat for me. I still think that's too thick.
You do? Okay. A little bit more. This is a learning curve for me as well, ladies and gentlemen. That's better, isn't it?
Right. And then I would start adding that into the places where you want it, yeah. Right, bearing in mind that when you spritz water on that now, it's going to pool on in the recesses.
Let's have a quick look then.
You see how it's just starting to run down?
Yeah, oh, I like that effect. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the sort of thing I wanted. So
just make it a little bit more fluid.
A bit more fluid, okie dokie.
I did that the other day and sprayed myself in the face because I didn't check where the nozzle was. The nozzle.
Oh dear.
I know. I just sat there and went, pff.
Were you filming at the time?
No, luckily.
It's very lucky, wasn't it?
I was doing a quick project just for me kind of thing.
Okay, so if we spray that, hold it up now and spray it, it'll all run, won't it,
will.
down?
And then it'll just pull in those edges. And if you just, right, bearing in mind you've got water dripping off, that's it.
Yeah. Right, I'll set this. Do you want to take him out for a tinkle? And I'll just dry
take him
this.
downstairs for a wee wee.
Okie dokie.
Come on then, little baby.
So that's the sort of effect I wanted. So that's...
Oh, there you go. You should be happy then.
I am happy. So we'll do the other side. What I was thinking while you were doing your thing
with Mr. Bentley.
With Mr. Bentley was I think I might put a little bit of green in just for verdigris, just a little bit of light. But that would be better to be dry brush, wouldn't it? Than
yeah.
You think so?
A bit of patina.
It's a patina, yeah. There we go. Give it a quick. See how it's pooling.
Yeah, you didn't spritz it though, did you?
Oh no, I didn't, did I? It just knocks a little bit of it off. I don't actually like that bit there. It's a bit too clean. Where I caught it with the cloth. There we go. Leave that to dry for a little bit. Oh dear. Aye, rubbish.
I could see that.
Could you just... Thank you. And that's... This was rubbish, wasn't it? Fortunately...
You've got me sat here.
I've got you sat here. I mean, I could be sat here hours waiting for him to come home, couldn't I? If I was on my own.
There you go. I think I've got most of that off.
Thank you. So I'm just going to go around the edges, same, just tickling in the edge. And if you want, you can paint the absolute edges of it as well.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could go around with gold paint, or even gold wax if you wanted to.
Yeah, you could.
You could add a base coat and then just dry brush with gold wax or gold paint or
yeah, of course you could.
Or whatever colours you like.
Absolutely. I'm just going to go onto the front a little bit because there is the edge of the frame. The frame will show.
You're going for a kind of aged effect, aren't you?
I am. Just give it a quick spritz. Yeah, the effect I'm going for is a little bit washed out, a little bit though it's been left out for a while.
Faded glory. That's it.
I'll just wipe that up so I don't put my brush in it again, or my hand or anything else, come to think of it. Yeah, put that there. Give it a little bit more of a wipe. Yeah, so I've got some more. Yeah, there we go.
And there's just something that's...
Now, I haven't finished this bit yet. What I'm going to do, I think, I want to put a bit of Loxton yellow in. Will that work all right with the acrylics?
Well, acrylics are going to be permanent. They're not going to be permanent, are they? You've got yellow all over your thumb.
I'm going to put yellow all over my thumb. Silly me. Anyway.
But that is a bright yellow.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So what was you thinking? What was
I
your
wanted to give it a little bit of a depth, rather than it being just one colour.
There are 2 other yellow acrylics there that you could use if you wanted.
Let's have a little look. Which one's this one? This one's bright yellow. We'll just see what it's like. Just a little,
That's it.
tiny little bit. There we are. Don't need a lot, do we? See what it's like. Learned that lesson a minute ago, didn't I?
And yellow, by its very nature, is a translucent colour anyway.
Just not everywhere, but just.
I mean, you get variation, don't you? So you've got.
And of course, with it being slightly wet still, it is.
Yeah.
Moving.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of wet, I think.
It's like everything else, nearly every project when you do it like this, it's always 90% drying time, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
10% doing, 90%
drying time. I'm happy with that now. So I'll dry this. I'll dry this off, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about doing the ring with all the other bits on it. So I've made an earth-shattering decision. These are the colours I'm going to use. So I'm a purpley fan. Quite like that one. Is that purple? Morning Mist, or is that grey?
It's like a lavender. It's like a very pale heather colour.
I don't know.
Not lavender, heather colour.
Which one should I get rid of? Pink.
Well, don't ask me. You know, purple's my hated colour.
He hates purple. I forgot about that.
But
anyway, so
it's your project.
So I'm gonna see what bubblegum pink's like. Orchid,
yes.
And I thought it said diazepam purple. It says dioxylene purple. Diazepam. It's a sleeping tablet, isn't it?
Is it?
Let's be careful with that then. Be dropping off.
I wouldn't know.
Dropping off. Wake it to shake it again. Oh no, it's not shook up enough.
No, that is just pure binder.
That's better. There we are.
Mix it first.
Oh, okay.
Mix the binder back in.
There's some yellow in my brush still.
It's all right. It won't do any harm.
Okay.
So purples and yellows, opposite colours on the colour wheel.
Yeah.
Think spring colours.
Yeah.
Think crocuses. Think tulips.
Yeah.
Think daffodils. So can't go wrong with that colour combo.
No. Decided I'm just going to give it a light spray to start with.
Yeah.
To get it moving.
Because with it being that white base as well, you're going to have that pastel-y effect.
Which is what I want. I didn't want to be too. If not, it could be in your face, and I don't really want it to.
No.
I'd rather it look like a Wes Anderson movie than a Disney movie. Oh yeah, just.
See what you could have done.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, is start with the darker colours.
Yeah.
And then once they're dry, add layers of the lighter colours over the top.
Oh yeah.
And then the final, you could have done the lightest colour as a dry brush over the top.
You see, I'm working the opposite way, and I thought I'd do the light first, then put the darkers on. I thought that was. I suppose it'd work either way, won't it?
It's just your choice, isn't it? It's your preference.
No matter how wrong.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is the thing. No two people do things the same.
No.
And it's always interesting to see how other people do it. This is the whole reason why people watch YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Because we like to watch
other
and see how other people do it.
Yeah.
And then
you can make your mind up whether you like that
you
or
either ignore it and do it your own way anyway.
Yeah.
Or you take on board what people have done.
Yeah.
And then adapt to suit your preference. Don't you?
Yes.
That's what most people will do. That's what I did anyway.
Quick blast over.
Just tap it. No, not on the table, with your hand.
Oh. Nothing's happening.
Back in a moment.
As you'll see, the heat guns change colour.
Yes. So luckily, I had Mum's old one.
Excellent. There we
So
go.
what colour's this one then?
This one's diazepam purple.
Diazepam. Dioxazine.
Same thing. Okay, I've got some of the old colour left.
Did you? You did shake it, didn't you?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Shake it to wake it.
Shake it to wake it, yeah.
It's almost like a royal purple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Murex.
So I'm just going to put that inside the buttons.
Like royal purple.
Yes.
Like Roman purple. Murex.
That's like that, mate.
Yeah.
And then down on the base. And then
Put it into your nooks and crannies.
some crannies there. Not going all over it. I'm just going to do some areas to give it some lift. Almost looks porcelain when you paint this on top of the white.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, with a little interruption there, but just put some in the deep recesses. The deep recesses. So now we've got a couple of different
So
colours
you
on
start
there.
to layer those colours up.
Yeah, just give those a quick dry.
You keep putting your brush in your
I
pen
do, don't
every
I?
time.
Okay, so I've got my pastel colours down. I've decided it needs to be a bit darker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a wash over with some dark chocolate. So shake it to wake it. There we go. As Mike was saying, I'm going to have to be careful with this.
It does need to be. It does need to be wet.
Have a quick look. Yeah, that's not bad. So that's like, just give it a spray over quickly. See if it's going to do what I want it to do. Just dry that and have a look. So we've had a conversation.
You didn't like it, did you?
Didn't like it now, so I've got rid of most of it. Well, Mike has just mentioned the dark should really go into the holes, the dark areas.
Yeah. The way that I look at it is, when you look at a 3D object like that, where are all the shadows?
Inside.
And that's where the darkness needs to be.
Yeah.
And then the highlights are in the highest places.
Yes. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Just
That's it. Just wipe it off with your finger, and then you can always spritz it to
yeah.
get it to move.
To move where we want it to move.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, use a wet wipe if you wanted to. Just wipe it across
Yeah.
the top, just so that the brown stays in the bottom. I'll get you a wet wipe, and it's lighter in the higher areas. So think about it like highlights and low lights.
Thank you.
And if you get some on the top, just dab it off.
That's better already. That's better already, I think.
Better
Already.
Yeah, and then you can always spritz it to get it to move.
Yeah, that's true.
And then it'll spread itself out and even itself out in those nooks and crannies.
Yeah, it'll just go down, won't it?
Yeah.
There we are.
There you are.
I'm just a bit carefree, aren't I?
Where did that triangle brush come from?
I bought it from the model shop when I was painting some of those little space aliens that I used
I've
to
never
sell.
known a brush not roll away.
That's why they're that shape.
That's fabulous. The model shop?
Yeah.
The one in Worsborough?
Yeah, it was £6. It's a Kalinsky one.
It's worth it. I might have to go and get some.
There we go.
Yeah, there you are.
I understand now, yeah.
And then give it a spritz.
Quick spritz.
And get it to run.
That's better. That's a lot better.
Are you happier?
I am happier, yes. So I'll just wipe this up, get this dry, then I want to use a bit of not glossy accents, Distress Vintage Photo to do the edges with. But I've got to get it dry first. So bear with me. We've had another conversation. I decided I didn't like it, and the reason was
It's all the same
it's all
colour.
the same colour.
So we've decided to add.
Just do a couple of little buttons in the pink. There we go.
That's it. It'll mostly cover, but then now you've given it a little bit of a depth, a little bit of variation.
Yeah. And then just that one there, I think. It just gives it that little bit of a difference, doesn't it? Oh yeah. That's better. Maybe that one as well.
You're getting carried away.
I know, that's the problem, isn't it? There we are. I mean, there's some lovely textures on these buttons.
Where it's pulled and then dried.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's much better.
All right, so get cleaned up.
Yep.
Dry it off with the heat gun.
Yep.
And then let's come back.
So that's now dry. I think that looks so much better. So what I'm going to do is I've got my vintage photo, which I absolutely adore, and I'm just going to go. That's better. Yeah. Just giving it that slight
Aged look.
Yeah. Just kissing the corners. Not too much. It just helps to give it that little bit of a bit of faded glory, if
Yes.
the word is. That's better. That's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, and we'll do the same with this. It's going to be quite a lot softer on this because it's a lighter colour. The whole world is vignetted as far as I'm concerned.
The whole world is crusty.
Yeah.
It's just texture. Texture on texture.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, we could have just done it in brown to start off
We
with.
could have done, couldn't we? No, but this is what I wanted. Ah, this is exactly what I want. Well, we got there. It's not a race, is it? If it is, I'll be last. And then just do some of the edges there. There we are. I got there eventually.
Yes. So, the kit.
The kit, yes.
The kit. Where's it going to be?
It's on your website. It's on my website, but it's on your website under my new section.
Yes, so it's on my website under the Ian's Emporium section.
Oh, so much better. Okay, let's put the centre in now.
Okay.
So yeah, it's under Ian's Emporium on your website.
And how much is the kit?
It's $14.99.
Obviously, you get both those A4 sheets, plus you get
The prints.
along with it.
Okay, so let's just move that out of the way. Let's get the cutting mat. So easy. Okay. Right, we can now decide which one of the prints we like the best.
Right, are we done with the paints now?
We are, Mike,
Can I
thank
put
you.
the paints away now?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, you can.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's have a look, shall we? So, Art Studio is the first one. What do we think, Mike?
I'd go with the craft room.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because it's got the red
It has.
rose on the flower in the middle.
Yeah. Okay. So just get my knife and just cut around the edge. You don't have to be too particular with it.
What happened to the kitchen towels, Ian? That's there. Just washing your brush for you.
Thank you.
Because I know it won't do it.
I will, especially that little one that cost me a fortune. There we are. This is all going to be covered by the frame, by the way. As you'll see, if I turn it over, you'll see that there's plenty of space all the way around that's left. So let's have a look. So we need to decide whereabouts it's going to go. I think like that, possibly.
Well, it's your choice.
It is. So I'll put some glue around the edge. Towards the inside edge, I hasten to add. Just put it on the outside, it probably won't stick. I know the back looks scruffy, but they always do, don't they? Excuse me if I put my head in the shot.
If you don't get it bang on, you're not going to see it.
No, you're not. If I turn that over now, you see there's plenty of space around it.
Yeah.
So you can, if you want, you can shuffle. Shuffle. Okay, and then just a little bit around the edge. Don't put glue, very wet glue in the middle.
No.
Because it may buckle.
So just do around the edges.
I'm not saying it will buckle, but it might do, and you don't really want that. Okay, so let's have a look. Excuse me, you just about see the top of my head there. I do apologise.
Only just.
I think that's it. Don't push too hard, it might fall off. I'm pushing in the middle of the ring. I'm really pleased with that.
Good.
So that is my offering for today.
Excellent stuff. You could further embellish if you want to. You could go over the top with some frosting, some of that white gesso, just to dry brush it if you want to.
Dry brush it in metallic, dry brush it in bronze, or
copper or gold or silver or whatever. Any pearlescent, any kind of, just do it to taste.
I just wanted this to be a little bit fresh and a little bit spring, because it's all a bit nasty out there at the moment.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, please give us a thumbs up. I can't remember the rest.
Don't worry about it.
It involves something about telling friends about it and getting them to subscribe.
That'll do.
That's fine.
That'll do. So, yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it today.
I'll be back again next week
Mm-hmm.
with a different project, obviously.
Yes. So if you're interested in purchasing this craft room kit or whatever it is that you've called it, like I said, there will be a clickable link under the video.
Is that a neologism?
Quite possibly.
Okay.
Bye for now.
Bye.
I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. And don't forget, you can access your exclusive angel-only content over on my website. There's a link in the description area below. Thank you.